Let's swap an engine out on a push mower.
Hello everybody. Thank you so much for joining me here today. My name is Michael and this is, well, Mowers with Michael. It's a new series that I'm doing. As you can tell, I don't plan anything. Anyways, here's what I want to say. I want to say first, I hope you guys are doing well today. I know I am. And second, what do we got going on here? Oh, a different hat. Yes, sir. I got this today. Actually, it was given to me by somebody I've been doing some work for. I would say kind of a friend, really. I think, maybe acquaintance. I'm not sure. Anyways, so what do we got going on here today? Well, as you can see by this pileup, we've got a Frankenstein concoction going on. And I want to talk about this for a little bit. On the right-hand side, which would probably be your left, we have a mower that came in, and it's in pretty rough shape, and it's excruciatingly heavy. And I'm talking seriously hardcore heavy this thing is. Has no recoil, as you see here. The recoil has been sheared off. Looks really horrible on the cover. It's all rusted out. And what you guys don't know is a couple months ago, I got a mower out of the dump, which would be this one over here. And the mower that I got out of the dump, the deck is in good shape. It just needs a paint job. But the motor was blown. You can see there's probably oil right all over there. The cover's got oil on it. The inside of the thing's got oil on it. I'd walk around and show you, but you just have to trust me on it. It needs a recoil, but the recoil in here is good. And it looks great compared to this guy here. So I thought, well, let's get this out of the way. Recoil works great. And it's got a pull handle that looks better than whatever this little thing is. That, I don't even know if you can see it, but it has a pull handle to it. We'll throw that over there. And it came with an air filter loaded with oil because the oil just erupted everywhere. So, but it's in good condition. So a deck, this part in the cover, parts solved. We're not going to throw this in the dirt. We're going to lay it in the grass. But I figured, why not show you my process? So one of the first things I'm going to do is recommend you wear safety glasses. I'm wearing safety glasses for a completely different reason. It is buggy out here. Those little eye bugs, I guess they're called mayflies. They like to land in your eyeballs. TMI. It's like, come on, go drink from a pond or something. You don't have to drink from my eyeballs, right? So what will I need to complete this project? Well, I need a socket set. Husky is the socket set of choice today, not a sponsor. And you'll probably need an impact, although you don't need it. It makes it easier if you don't feel like twisting wrenches for 20 minutes. I'm going to be using the Ryobi, I don't know, 1+ impact. And I'm going to be using the bits for the impact. I'm going to be using those. And one of the first things we got to do is what? Well, the first thing we got to do is assemble our screwdriver. We're going to do this in real time, friends. We're going to try to do this in real time. I may have to stop once or twice, but we're going to do this in real time. So we're going to go over to our motor that we're going to be using. First thing we're going to do is pull the air cleaner off, and we are not going to probably use this air cleaner because I'm expecting it to be horrible. So my process, let's get into this. My process is if somebody says, hey, here's a free mower, what do I do? Well, the first thing I do is I check to see if it's got fuel in it. It does, and woo-wee! I got to tell you, friends, that's... I love the smell of old gas in the evening, don't you? The second thing I do is I check and see if it's got oil in it. It does have oil in it, is up to the full line, and I like to taste test this. Okay, just kidding, calm down. I like to smell it and see if there's any gas in there. No, the oil looks good for an engine test run. Then I like to give this thing a pull start, which I can't do, but I can turn it with my thumb and it does turn over. And if that's not good enough for you, you can lean this thing up a little bit, reach under, and as you see, it turns over. So I know the thing's got compression. I know I'm starting with a good motor. It's not blown. There's no massive oil leaks. There's a little oil in the breather, but then again, some people put oil in the breathers. What do I recommend doing? Do I recommend soaking your breather in oil? No, I just don't. People are like, ooh, you're speaking against you're being a rebel, Michael. Am I really being a rebel? Because I don't think I am. You can use a little bit of lubricant if you want, but the problem is people tend to gob those up. And this is your air filter. This is where the air is going to go. You know, this is how your machine breathes. And if you're plugging all the breathe holes, this mower is going to refuse to start. So we're going to take an old dirty rag. We're going to stuff this old dirty rag in here so nothing goes down here. Just what we're going to do. And then I checked the primer bulb. Primer bulb feels excellent. It's soft and pliable. It's not rock hard. And it sounds like it's doing its job. And then I would give it a pull and see what happens. We can't do that because there's no pull start. If it doesn't start right away, I would check for spark. But, well, there's no point checking for spark at the moment, is there? So 3/8, 7/16 and a half inch is what you're going to typically find on these motors. One bolt is actually removed already. That's good. And I'm using my driver, maybe, kinda, sorta. Give it a love tap. No, it did not want a love tap. There we go. And I'm going to throw this in my impact. And realistically, I'm going to give it a couple rips on it. Look at that. Came out like a dream. There's one back here that's missing. We won't get into that. Oh, this one's rusted real bad. Look at that, it sheared the bolt right off. No, it didn't actually. Oh, okay, we got lucky on that one. I'm used to seeing them longer. This one's pretty short. So what you'll find with these dipsticks is you'll find they actually pull right out, which we're gonna need to refit this dipstick onto there. Didn't see that coming, did you? Of course you did. Why wouldn't you? So we're going to take another rag and we're going to stick this rag right in here before any crud falls into the oil. We don't want any crud. You could use a cork. We don't want any crud falling in. This engine, filthy. Absolutely filthy. All right, guys, this is where it's going to get hard. I don't know how I can do this and help you guys see what I'm going to do. I don't know how to do it. So we're going to go with pulling off the blade, and then we're going to go ahead and start pulling off the other. Now, here's the thing. When you're tipping the engine, you want to tip it in a way that the oil doesn't get all in your carburetor or come out your flow there. And this mower weighs, by the way, 3 children. This mower's 3 children heavy. 9/16 is typically what this is. Sometimes it's 5/8, but we got lucky. And it's not going to stay there. Hold on to that thought, guys. I got to unmic for a minute. I promise it's a family-friendly show. Give me like 30 seconds. I got to go get a chunk of wood. I didn't think this thing through. I had everything but the chunk of wood. Hang on. Be right back. Poor brick. That was actually a snake over there. I'm not afraid of snakes. I just don't really mind. I don't really care for them. Not afraid of them though. All right. You guys didn't see nothing. Stop looking. All right. All right. So once we're back in business here, we're going to go ahead. For all you people who are screaming at me, be safer, be safer, be safer. I'm safe. I know what I'm doing. Like I said, there's no way for me to show you this. And there's no way for me to get this with an impact. Brick in the way? Get it out of the way. Safety feature. Yes, for all you people worried that I'm going to turn this over and cut my fingers off. No, I'm not. I unplugged the starter wire. Blade's out of the way. Woo-wee! This blade is sad. I don't think we'll be putting that on. All right. So now what we have is a failure to communicate. Now what we have under here is me ducking behind this for a minute. Back at it. All right, there should be. Just like that, friends. I'm telling you, just like that. Now our motor is all free off. It's off the machine, but it's still filthy. I didn't clean it. I'm not going to stay with it. And we got this guy over here that we got to do a little dance with, right? Right, we got to pull this guy off. So you might be saying to yourself, what's the difference between these two? And is Michael okay with it? These used to be the same size. They're no longer. That's disappointing. All right, so as to your query, this was a 3 horsepower Briggs. Whoa, did I just do that? This was a 3 horsepower Briggs & Stratton that was on this Yardman deck. This is a 3.8. No, this is a 3.5. Actually, they might have been the exact same motor. Ooh, I got a spider on me. Ooh. That's the problem with down here in the south, right? You get spiders and snakes and lions and tigers and bears. All right, so you got to disconnect this little guy here. Easy enough to do. And our motor is good to go, but now we got this mess. So why don't we say we shift our tools from this pile? Yeah. What to do without a studio or a workshop? On the ground there. And we pick up our motor engine and we try to line up the bolts. This is ideally what I'm looking for. You might be saying to yourself, okay, what are you going to do with that now? All right, let me talk about why I didn't use this deck. This deck this deck weighs more than I do almost. It is very heavy. It is a pain to move around. It is sad that this thing is that heavy. I'm not going to use this mower deck. I'm going to save it for parts for another snapper on another day. And I'm just going to... Oh my goodness. I'm just going to do that. Clean up the workbench. All right. We're going to wheel this thing over here. And we're going to try to line up the bolts and see if we can get a match. Now we might not be able to get a match because sometimes they're different. Sometimes not, but sometimes they're different. Now, as easy as it was for me to do that, doing this is going to be a lot more harder. So one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to leave this all the way that it is. And the reason why, which you're going to be like, okay, normally I would clean this up while it was on the machine. I don't have a pressure washer. So I got to go all the way down the hill to the house. I don't really want to do that piece by piece. So I'm going to assemble it, test it, see if you guys can hear it. Then I'll worry about pressure washing it or hosing it off. This is going to be the fun part. So we got our brick. Not going to do any good. We got our bolt. Going to do some good. We got our holes kind of lined up where I want them. We're going to flip this thing up. We're going to try to find the hole. And we're going to try to pair it up. This is very hard to do. This is probably one of the harder things that I've ever tried to do, is a one-handed pin the tail on a donkey. When you get one bolt just in holding the hole, that's called good. Because you got to do this on this side now. But you can get in there. I can't feel anything is the problem. Was I too premature in throwing that block? Oh, these bugs. Was I too premature in throwing that block? Yes, I was. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Bear with me. Sorry, this is not a professional video. I'm not sponsored by anybody, and I don't exactly have money enough to buy a studio. Hey, you guys want to sponsor me? Somebody. Goods in Stratton, Tecumseh, Ryobi, any of you. PB Blaster. Come on, guys. Seriously, though, I don't know how long the On the Bench series can go, because at this point, I don't even know what my housing is going to be like pretty soon. Alright, enough of me whining. Let's get the job done, Michael. Come on. That's where a hole is, but that's not the hole. We may have a problem in this scenario, guys. We may have to turn our engine sideways. That's no fun. Yeah, that's certainly no fun. Yeah, I'm going to chop my hand off, right? The bolt hole patterns don't exactly line up. I need like 6 more rags. Can you guys hand me a rag? Didn't think so. I'll settle for one. Alright. One hole here, one hole here. This totally should have gone on there. I don't know why it's not. gotta love it when the machine just shuts down for no reason. So we got it lined up. It's got to go in backwards. So here we go. Let me pick up where I left this off. Let me try to just pin it on here. All right. So now what we got to do is we got to thread these little bolts up in there. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to fish our way under here. And we're going to make sure that it's lined up. It is. We're going to lift it up. And we're going to try to do this one-handed again. Because watching me do this the first time wasn't funny enough. And then we're going to find our hole. And then we're going to try to move the engine one-handed. It's like a circus act. It really is. You know? It's really like a circus act. Doesn't look like it can be done, but it can be done. I've done it. I don't care which one I get. Can I just get one? Nope. There we go. We're going to insert these two wherever I can at the moment. This is the problem when you don't have an assistant and you don't have a workshop. You're trying to get one pin in where it goes. With just reaching your hand up in there, I can see the bolt. Threaded. Next pin. This pin should be a little easier. Why? Because we can set the motor right up on its side and find it. I lied. It's not as easy as it looks. And now we're pouring oil out all over the ground. Gotta have an oil change anyway. What was that I was saying about making sure that you had it stopped up pretty good? That's why there's a drain hole in it. It's proving to be much more problematic than I anticipated. Nice oil. Michael, what about the environment? Hey, right now, there's enough hydraulic fluid all over the ground to sink a battleship. Right. There's really no good way to do this. Let's just get each one separately. Ryobi, back to the rescue. All right, now that those two pins are in, we got a third. You don't want to over tighten these things down too much because they are only aluminum. We got one more to put in. You're laughing at me, I know. I'd rather have it... Where is that dipstick? It's not going to work. Got to put the whole chute in there. It's just not going to work. All right, we got to try to figure out where this last one goes with this new setup. And the only way I know how to do it is to get messy with it again. Yep, that was probably not good. All right. Woo, son. Let's start putting our tools away. I was going to say, have you seen my placeholder? All right, now hold on to your hats, boys and girls. I got to take all these parts that I threw on the ground earlier without knocking you guys to the floor. We do it the professional way around here. We use our feet and everything to reach things. Look at this. This is cute. Got two breathers to choose from. However, on this side, look at that. It's going to work like it's charmed. It's like I knew what I was doing. Oh, wait. That's right, I do. Years of practice. Now we can bring our toolkit back up here. And now we can grab, what is this, 3/8? Nah. It's like a crazy little millimeter. 12 millimeter? Nah. 13 millimeter? It's got to be 13. Got to be 13, right? Yeah. We can get our little whoop-de-doo wrench. By the way, this pull crank, I don't know if you can see all the oil in there. Pull crank will never be a problem. That will never cease. Use our little guy here and gently give her a little love tap. You know what? I'll show you how we do it. This is how we do it. Is that seriously not even coming out of there yet? Man, these bolts are like miles long. Alright. Yeah, that's seriously not coming out of there. You'd think you could screw them with hand, but I like to make it complicated. Oh yeah, I wonder if this is the bit actually that does this. Yeah, it is. See, I knew there was a bit at one point that you could actually just do with these things, but the nut, because this makes a small nut driver. Okay, this piece here, don't need that. That's garbage. Whoops, uncovered the wrong thing. Now I'm so used to working on one side and one side only. What do you make of that? I got it turned around backwards, so, you know, there's that. All right. Now we're going to take our cover and we're going to take a look at it and make sure everything lines up, which is key. Woo-wee! It does. It does. Sometimes they don't. Now we'll go ahead and we'll take our little handy dandy dipstick and we'll take our nut driver / screwdriver for the set, and we'll tighten her back in just like so. And we'll take it on this side and I just thought of something. I think I may have to pull pieces off that still. And we take this and we handy dandy do this right back in. Now you don't want to snug them up too much, and I will tell you, what you want to do is you want to take off and wipe off your dipstick now, because you're going to put all that crud back in your engine if you don't. So it's got a white thing on it, but nobody's going to say anything bad about buying something that's different colored. Now we get our why I never see. Didn't plan on the cap being different. Okay. We got to use the recoil in this one. But we can't do it. Can't do it, friends. We're gonna have to use this garbagey piece of junk. Oh man, they're not universal. I didn't think of that. I wasn't. How is this thing actually held in here? Sorry, you're over there. Well, they look like they're the same size. Who wants to see me get hurt? Yep, it might happen here today. Trying to steal a recoil off of the old one still. This is gonna be a nightmare. 8mm or 3/8. We're going to slap our extension on it. Now the trick is to not cut yourself with this silly business. When these recoils let loose, they let loose, okay? So far, so good. Ooh. I managed to do it. I managed to do it, but I don't have a knife or a pair of scissors. I don't have a knife or a pair of scissors on me. So, hold that thought. Sorry if that was really loud. I didn't know I was going to have to Frankenstein the Frankenstein today. It is hot. It is hot today. Hottest day of the year, they said. I don't know if I believe that. Who knew? Who knew? All right. All right. I got a feeling that whatever we do, we're not going to get this job completed today. You want to see this thing running or not? You don't want to see it beautiful. You don't want to see it beautiful. You just want to see it fire up or not. I'm with you. Let's fix this recoil. There's probably not a fix to this recoil. I can't do anything with this cover. And I can't put this, I don't think, into that one. As much as I would like to, I don't see that as a possibility. It's a completely different recoil system. I wasn't prepared for that to make a video with. I didn't even take that into consideration. Will it run? Probably not yet. Well, first of all, the recoil is frozen. So I got to try to unfreeze the recoil. Recoils are not supposed to be stuck, like welded into place. PB Blaster, not a sponsor. You want to sponsor me, that's fine. One of the recoils is bent up out of the way completely. The other recoil part does not want to bend at all. It is so rusted, it's rusted right onto the spool, for Pete's sake. Who is Pete? Depends on where you're from. I hear Pete has a lot of sake though. Now I'm going to warn you guys, when you start to pull one of these apart, you really want to be careful. If you're not careful, you lose a finger. Needle nose pliers would work right about now. You want to see me blow this spring? Might have to, right? Here goes nothing. All right. Yeah, see, this one I can't put in there. And I had hoped I could reuse it, but does not look the case. There we go. Now we can get to the rest of this issue. Voila! We'll do that. Still getting tacked. I'm not going to be able to save that one without a workout. Alright. Let's take our nice one. We don't have a lighter with us either because that would make life so much easier. Pardon me. Just swallowed a bug. Are you serious right now? Yeah. I'm gonna have to clean cut this. There's no way I can clean cut it with a pair of shears that's not meant for this rusty old hack of a job. So once again, hold on, I'll be right back.
The truth is, I'm not right back. In fact, the video stopped at this particular point, so I had to make this actually a two-part. In the next part, we're going to get this thing going, and we're going to test cut with it, and we're going to finish the assembly. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video.